if you often get confused and do not know what to do next if you can't make a decision, I invite you to sit with me for the next few minutes where we talk about confusion. Let's talk about being confused, maybe what we can do about it, maybe what some of the causes are, and why it's important to not get too stressed or focus too much on the confusion. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Clare Zivanovic, and I am a human design analyst, a naturopath nutritionist, and a medical herbalist. Now, as you can see, I am a highly qualified individual, and I'm here to be honest and say I get confused. I understand this confused feeling that you are having. So firstly, if you get confused and you think it's because you're not smart enough, you're not intelligent, you need to increase your academic skills in some way, it has nothing to do with that. Anyone can get confused at any time, and that is okay. Now, to be clear, when I talk about confusion, I'm not talking about memory problems. I'm not talking about cognitive problems either. I'm talking more about, oh my gosh, I've got so many options and I don't know what to do next. Oh, making a decision. Oh, it's just a bit hard. Okay, that's where we're focusing. Now, as a naturopath, what I can tell you is that if you dwell on that feeling of confusion, it creates resistance in your body. And the confusion, if you get so frustrated or angry by it, it can actually contribute to sickness in your body. Because anytime there's a buildup of resistance in your body, it changes your biochemistry and it opens your ability to experience symptoms, diseases, injuries that none of us want. So what we really need is to find a space where we go, oh, I'm confused now. Oh, but that's okay. We need to find a way to be okay with the confusion. Now, for me, human design explains my confusion quite clearly. Now, I'm going to talk to you from a personal perspective, and it's going to lead me into some elements that may be relevant for you. Now, if we talk about human design, if we talk about confusion, there's two main things that we look at. I have both of those. The first is having an emotional authority. Authority in human design is how you make decisions. Having an emotional authority is also known as the authority where you have no clarity in the moment. You're not meant to have clarity in the moment. You are designed, I am designed, if you have an emotional authority, to go up and down a roller coaster of emotions, going, oh, maybe I'll do this. Or, no, maybe I won't do that. Oh, maybe I'll do that. It's about feeling all the emotions involved in making a decision before the roller coaster naturally goes, ooh, that's what I want to do. And then the clarity finds you. Now, with an emotional authority, there's nothing you can do to speed up that process of going through the roller coaster. It's simply something that takes as long as it takes. So if you have an emotional authority, and if you don't know what I'm talking about and you want to find out, you can just go online, go to Google and go free human design chart. For example, jovianarchive.com// get your chart. They will give you your free human design chart and you can work out what type of authority that you have. If it comes back with emotional, well, please know that it's very natural for you to not have clarity in the moment when you need to make a decision. As I said, I have this authority and so does my husband. So when we both need to make a decision, it can be quite challenging for us to do it at the same time. There's a lot of confusion. I'm very adept at going, I'm going to wait because I know I'm going to ride my emotional wave before I make the decision. But he still likes to jump in and make a decision. He's not so great at waiting and riding his wave. So what I'm aware of, being an emotional authority, knowing that he has an emotional authority, is that he's probably 99% of the time he's going to change his mind in regards to the first thing that he tells me, the first decision that he makes, because he jumps in impulsively. He's like, oh, I'm going to do this. Then it might be 5 minutes later, it might be 10 minutes later, it might be a day later, and he's like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do that now. I don't think that's a good choice. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. So if you have an emotional authority, it is very natural for you to go through that process of confusion and knowing, or indecision, or just trusting, waiting for the clarity to find you. And I believe that simply having that awareness of how you are innately designed can drop some of the resistance around, that confusion. Go, okay, well, the clarity is going to come. I'm not exactly sure when, but it's going to come. So it just takes a little bit of that stress away. So that's one thing to look into. If you really want to understand your confusion and where it's coming from, I invite you to check out your human design authority type. The other element, there are many other elements that influence confusion, but another common element, if we look at it from a human design perspective, is the gate 64, which is called before completion, confusion. Now, even if you don't have this gate, this energy personally, it's still something that travels around the collective as an energy, just like in the astrology wheel, we experience the 12 astrological signs. We each experience the 64 gates in human design from time to time. So as the transits move through the 64, even if you don't feel it, you might suddenly get this bout of confusion and be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. It could be the transiting energy. Now, if you have the 64, I have it in my moon sign, which means my emotions can get confused quite easily. It's a challenging energy to live with, but I tell you, having this awareness helps me drop the resistance and the stress most of the time to it. So the 64, yes, it's about confusion. It's about not knowing. The 64 is seeing all the options and then really just getting, I'm going to say, overwhelmed by all the different options. You want to have the best solution and you really want to help the greater collective with this information. You want to make a decision that feels stable. But the 64 says it's going to come when it's going to come. You need to trust in divine timing, because when the time is right for you, the clarity will be here. Now you can see how combining this with an emotional authority can be a lot. That can be a lot of confusion, which is important to know if you feel like you have a lot of confusion. The beautiful thing about the 64 energy though is after the 64, the transit comes in often with the energy 47. Now 47 is called oppression in its shadow form, but it's also the gate of realization. So you in this 64 energy going, oh my gosh, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. Then the 47 comes in with this divine timing insight where you're like, how did I not see that before? I know what I want to do now. Yeah, this feels good. The confusion's a thing of the past now. Let's go do the thing because I have the clarity now and the excitement to do it. I find a lot of people with astrology, if they're into astrology and they have a lot of Libran energy, looking deeper into their human design chart, they often find that they have this 64 energy or this emotional authority. And rather than just being under the banner of, oh, I'm a Libran and I'm indecisive, I find that having these tools at your disposal can help you go, oh, okay, I'm confused now and I may feel indecisive because I'm going through my emotional authority process, or that 64 gate is active right now and it's actually natural for me and normal to be in that confused state. So I'm just going to step back and trust. That's the other thing with the 64 that I didn't mention. It's when you're not focusing on trying to get an answer that 47, that gate 47 can activate, that the clarity that the answer can find you. So you might be working on this project. You're like, what do I do next? What's the thing that I want to put here? I just can't connect what feels right in this situation. The more you sit there and you try and punch it out, it's not going to happen. You're going to get a forced result that is not aligned with your authenticity and your higher potential. What you do when the confusion comes in is you go, okay, I don't know right now, but I will know. And then you go do something else. Go do something you enjoy. You could go for a walk. You could go do some cooking if you enjoy cooking. Go to the garden, tend in the garden. Go do some painting, go do something else creative. You need to, the trick with when you have the 64 energy, when you have the confusion, is to be okay with it and forget about it. Go do something else, because please trust me, as someone who's living with this strong 64 energy, the epiphanies that come to you, the insights, when you create space and you focus on something else and you let them come to you, they are huge. They can be life-changing. They're way better than the solutions that you would have pushed through and gone, yeah, that'll do. I'm telling you, they will pale into comparison. Now, if you combine all of this information with your human design energy type strategy, if you don't know what that is, I have a free course here on YouTube about that, and I will link to it in all the spots so that you can understand what your strategy is, so that you can live with more ease, more flow, and drop the resistance and the stress in your world. That will add another layer, another tool to your toolbox to help you move through that confusion. Now, I really genuinely hope that you got some piece of information that is valuable from this video. If you have any questions, please ask me. I will be very happy to support you in any way I can. And I genuinely wish you the very best of everything.